his character, his attributes, not necessarily his methodology. His methodology does change. There's a different methodology for Old Covenant, Old Testament saints than there are for New Testament saints. But in his essence, God does not change. God does not grow older. He does not gain new powers, nor lose those he once had. He does not mature or develop. He does not get stronger or weaker or wiser or more forgetful as time goes by. He always has been, always will be holy, loving, and truthful. He is unchanging in his purposes and his commitments. He will ever be true to his word and to his promises. The bottom line of immutability is the faithfulness of God. He is our rock. He is not moody and unpredictable. Now, I was thinking about this in contrast. In the Old Testament, for instance, the relationship between Saul, the first king of Israel, and young David. Think about their interactions. Poor David never knew what he was going to get when he interacted with Saul. Saul was the very opposite of immutability. Moody. David didn't know if he was going to get good Saul or bad Saul. For instance, Saul would have a headache or a depression. He would send for David the musician. David would show up and start playing on the harp, and then Saul would feel better. He'd say, I feel good now. Thank you, David. I love you. You and I, we're best friends forever. Then the next day, another migraine, another depression. Saul sends for David. David comes and begins playing the harp. Only this time, Saul reaches over and grabs his spear and flings it at David, trying to pin him to the wall, saying, David, you rebel, you're just out to get my throne. I'm going to kill you, David. And David learned, you better not call Saul when he is in a fit of jealous rage. You just never knew what you were going to get. And what if God was like that? Totally unpredictable. And we come one day and say, oh, Father in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. God said, sure, my beloved child, here's a nice, warm, fresh loaf of artisan bread for you. And then the next day, oh, Father in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. No! No bread for you, you little brat. I don't like the tone by which you asked me that. What if that was God? Always moody, always changing, trying to plot out his reactions and his actions and his nature is like Mike's weather page and one of those spaghetti models of the hurricanes. You never know which way he is going to go. Well, that's not God. You know, over there in Yellowstone Park, there's something like 200 geysers. But there is one geyser that is more popular than any of the others. It's not the biggest, it's not the most spectacular, but its main attraction is its dependability. Once every 65 minutes, it shoots a geyser of boiling water 170 feet into the air. You can practically set your watch by it. And that is why people come from all over the world to see it. What is it called? Old Faithful. How many people here have been to Yellowstone seen Old Faithful? Lots. Me too. My hand is up. Old Faithful. Why do we go? It's simply because of its faithfulness, its dependability. And that is what God represents to us. He is Old Faithful.